So, a huge part of personal development and even like human development, and especially for this generation, is travel. And the question of whether or not you should travel, a lot of people would say it depends on, for one, how much you make, how much money are you making at that particular time or age. Also, things like your status. Are you a U.S. citizen? Are you able to travel? And are you able to leave the country? Things of that nature. But for this video, we'll just simplify it as best as we can, although I know these things are very complex. But the idea of travel and money, and sometimes we tell ourselves like, okay, I don't have enough money to travel, or I need to work, grind, save, invest, and I'll travel later. I'll travel later on in life. And sometimes with that, we come to that conclusion of saying, okay, yeah, when I'm older or more established, I'll travel. Some people even stave it off until retirement, and then, maybe unforeseeable events happen where their health begins to decline, and now they're not capable of traveling the way that they maybe pictured they would. So I'm 31 now, but this topic of travel and the thoughts that I had very early on about travel was, at first, yes, it was expensive. How do you do it? I was a little afraid at first. Where do I even start? How do I book? Catching flights by myself and things of that nature. But you meet people along the way, and you kind of get over those obstacles. So if I was talking to, I want to say, my younger self, early 20s, I would say travel as much as you possibly can, because the years, you don't get the time back, but the money, you will make more money, and you will also get that money back as well. So I've traveled a few places: Thailand, Japan, New York, North Carolina, Orlando, Morocco, and these places that I've been were absolutely amazing. And the people that I met, absolutely amazing. The times that we had, absolutely amazing. Core memories and core character development that might have not occurred if I hadn't went out on that limb and said, okay, I'm gonna go here. Or I was with a group of friends and they were like, oh, we're going to Japan. I was like, all right, let's go. And of course, you always weigh the pros and cons, and you think to yourself, not yet, or not right now. But then when are you gonna go? When are you gonna take those trips? I think as society and as we kind of go along, we forget, or at least we play down how much time we actually have on this earth. And then unforeseen events, today you're in prime health, tomorrow something may happen where you're no longer able to take those trips. Certain circumstances change, your job changes, you maybe start a family a little bit earlier than you thought you would. Like, those things all play a part in our desire to travel and to get out. So if you're seeing this video and you're wondering, whether or not you should travel, or you're in between where you should even travel to, just get out there, go somewhere by any means. Even if you're just going an hour or 2 hours north or south, east or west of your hometown. Because what that travel does for you and will do for you is expose you to other factions of the world, if I say so, expose you to different wonders. You'll become extremely grateful of certain things, very humble. You'll understand that there's certain privileges that you have that you maybe didn't account for. And travel gives you that perspective. It opens up your world to how other individuals live, and some of the things that are beautiful about this world, and then some of the things that are terrifying. And again, you will make the money back. The money will come back in some way, shape, or form. But time is something that we as humans have not been able to conquer, and you don't get it back. Your health is something that you have to be very mindful of. I'll never forget, I took one trip in Thailand. It was a group trip, and one of the ladies was easily 60, 70 years old, and I applaud her for doing it at that age, but you could see the difficulty that she was having as this group, we were going through mountains, hopping in little tiki boats, going down rivers, getting out, going to little markets. Like, it was very physically demanding, and you could just see it. So yes, travel as much as you possibly can and enjoy yourselves.